Okay, in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the AI skills that you need to learn in 2026 to stay relevant with this new change that's happening with this agentic world. The change is happening for sure, and this AI is no longer a niche, but it's becoming an important foundational part of our career as designers and product builders. So most designers are still stuck at the static screen and linear flow, but with AI, we are moving more towards like memory-driven, context-driven interfaces. We are having a probabilistic outcomes, and then the products are going more towards being multimodal. And this change is happening, and the gap between what we currently have now and what is changing is only seems to be growing. So we are going from like static screens to more of systems, from like static interfaces, states and flows, to more intelligence and context and memory driven interfaces. Here are the 9 skills that you need to learn in 2026 in order to become ready for this agentic world. And also I'll go in depth into this in a bit. The first one is vibe coding, and the second one is designing and building AI agents, and the third one is understanding the AI foundation, and the fourth one is learning how to orchestrate various tools, and the fifth one is designing for intent, context and memory, and the fifth one is multimodal design, and the seventh one is visual craft, the eighth one is communicating with prototyping and demos, and the last one is human-centered design and influencing product decisions. So vibe coding is no longer optional. This helps you to faster iteration, brainstorm better with AI, reduces the friction between cross-functional teams, and helps you build clear direction. And we can go from zero to execution faster, de-risk some of the product decisions, and also have a shared language between the design and the engineering partners. So our cross-functional partners, engineering, product managers, and founders are already vibe coding. But without vibe coding, you are just becoming a bottleneck, losing that the influence and not having good tools to communicate your ideas. You're just communicating to static screens, but you're not getting a vision across. So when I took part in various hackathons and internally presenting various projects and stuff, when I show demo to people get very excited about this idea. This helps you to get your buy-in for your design decisions, and vibe coding is going to play a major role to accelerate for you to communicate your ideas better. The second topic I want to deep dive is designing and building AI agents. With AI, we are going from passive, like just like asking questions and getting answers, to more of an active AI, which is taking actions, doing workflow automation, reduce the work for your customers and things. So automations and workflow and agentic integration is becoming more and more essential. So as designers, we need to understand what these things are, how to integrate it, and eventually drive better outcomes to improve the user experience. So agents now have the ability to plan, take action, and also we can orchestrate multiple tools and then automate some of the workflows. And it's very essential for designers to learn how agents work and how to strategically integrate that in a product to drive value and outcome. Now designers and product builders have new responsibility, learning how to design the personality for the agents, designing the system prompt, designing the goal, intent, constraint, boundaries, understanding the technical limitation, the failure states, and understanding and learning how to craft better system prompts to drive better outcomes and more. And it's you can see this clear trend where designers need to understand certain technicalities as well. Most of the time when people tell me that, don't think about the constraint and technicality, let's focus on the experience. A good experience is a combination of both, and you have seen this trend of design engineering growing because companies do start to see value in that. And I personally, as being a designer for 10 years, I do see a value where you are combining cross-functional thinking to drive better outcomes. And as you design for agentic products and AI-centered products, is very important to understand the context window, hallucination, latency, and data constraint, because AI do have a lot of limitations right now, and understanding this constraint is very important. For example, in ChatGPT, when you're asking a question, there's like a loading state or an animation that shows it's thinking. This designed around the constraint to reduce the cognitive load for the users, or surprises, or waiting time and stuff. So designing this micro interactions and animations to communicate these constraints is becoming more and more essential. This will avoid you from having broken UX, avoid doing over automation, and then eventually building trust with your customers. Most most of the product fail because of lack of trust, and good design can help you build trust in your products. So the balance of form and function is more than important now in the age of AI, and not just thinking that technical thing or like code is not my territory, but right now the blend of good technical understanding and human-centered design will help you stand out as a product designer. So 2025 year, and previously it has been the age of tools, but 2026 is going to be driving outcomes with this tool and learning how to orchestrate this tool, driving better outcome by giving better context, prompts, and system prompts becoming more and more essential, and then also creating meaningful impact with these tools, because we kind of right now got like a very powerful tool. So it's up to us how we leverage this to drive outcomes is very essential. Along with that, things like the legalities, understanding the ethics, the constraint, the legalities and everything still becomes more and more essential, because it's too powerful of a tool, and it's up to us to drive a better outcome to create meaningful impact as designers. Another strong observation I have is multimodal design. So we are no longer designing for static screens and boxes and everything. Now we are designing products that are multimodal. That means there's a voice, audio, video, camera, sensors, gestures and everything. So that's why I'm personally excited about native mobile design, because it gives you so much of access to all this, I call it a context feeding systems. This will help you drive better outcomes. Even though you design for mobile or web or AR, VR or anything, multimodal, learning how to orchestrate these different mediums to drive better outcomes and improve the user experience is becoming more and more important. So if you're just sticking with one medium, that might be the best path, but learning that multimodal is very essential, and it's becoming a key part for AI to understand the world better, to drive better outcomes and create a better user experience. Learn how to leverage audio, video, voice, and other modalities to create a better user experience, because this reduces the cognitive load. For example, we can see the company Whisper Flow. So instead of me manually typing, that's a lot of cognitive load, and then the speed of writing is reduces and stuff. But now with Whisper Flow, that I can click on it and then talk, and then it takes my messy thoughts into structured outputs to increase my speed, my productivity and everything. So there's a leveraging voice to create an outcome. That's a good example. So that's how we need to think as a designers to drive better outcomes with using multimodality and power of AI. The another one is visual craft still matters, even though models like Gemini gives better visual outcomes, but visuals is not just about that. You can also find templates out there, right? But its visual design is about the taste, the judgments, understanding their brand language and everything. Those things become more and more important, and quality matters a lot. You might see this in companies such as Notion, Linear, who have prioritized design, and this has becoming their core differentiator to stand out. They're also adapting to the latest innovation like agents, workflow automations, and multimodal design and everything to drive outcomes. So those are the good product for you to keep an eye, learn from. These are the live case studies of AI integration, and as designers, it's important to bring this perspective in the product development to improve the user experience. Another one is prototyping is a communication tool. I personally won hackathon conducted by OpenAI, Lovable, and more, just because not because I had an idea or show like static screen. I built the actual demos and prototypes and products that shows the functionality and also how it solves the user problem and more. So learning how to use this vibe coding tool on AI and AI assisted coding tools to able to prototype your ideas is better. And I'm telling you, instead of the traditional static screens, learning how to use vibe coding tools is becoming more and more helpful and essential, and also driving better outcome to make sure you're not left behind and adapting to this approach of working. Even though AI has changed our industry and how we design and build products, it's still very essential to hold on to that foundations of human-centered design, empathy, communication, influence, leadership, and driving business outcome is still very essential. It's not like just because AI came, all of this foundation don't matter. You already have the skills. Now you're stacking up the AI and then technical skills to make you a AI ready, AI native product designer. And it's very essential to still hold on to that foundation of heuristic evaluation or design principles, usability principles, and all that. Those things still matter, and that becomes your core differentiator as a designer. When everybody can wipe code and create designs, and even good looking design, you as a designer, your foundation will still, and subject matter expert, it still matters a lot. My final thought is it's important for designers to learn how to design for intelligent systems, learn and experiment a lot with multimodal interaction, and learn how to drive better business outcome, or even make your life easier to be more efficient and productive. This has become more and more essential. In 2026 and beyond, design is no longer is going to be just about designing screen, and it's never been, but people see it that way, but it's going to be about orchestrating intelligence. So I write deep dive articles and case studies and industry updates. So if you want to keep up, stay updated with the changes that are happening with the industry, and there are more than 2,000 people part of the Substack publication that are proven to be more valuable for other people, where I'm sharing my experiments, learning, and industry updates. So do subscribe to my Substack, and also subscribe to this YouTube video so you stay updated with the more videos that I will share about AI product design and building products with AI. I'll see you in another video.